Hey, what's up? What's going on? It's your girl, Mary Jane. Please like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peace, my peoples. And I want to say thank you to everybody that comments, likes, subscribe, and share my videos. I do appreciate it. I just wanted to say thank you. And let's talk about SnowFall. SnowFall. Boy. Okay, SnowFall. We on season 1, episode 6. A long time coming. A long time coming. Yes, indeed, it is a long time coming. This is a long episode. so, anyways, we start off with, a woman. She's posting missing pictures of a girl that has her sister or something that has disappeared. We learn out at the end of the episode, Alejandro had killed her because she was one of the women that was there when Alejandro's partner Logan OD'd. So anyways, we get to Teddy. Teddy is in he's somewhere. I think he's in Washington, and he talks to Alejandro. Alejandro's not feeling so good because of what happened in the desert. He got a headache. He said he's never going to complain about migraines ever again. But, so Teddy was like, yo, your girl Lucia didn't come through. They didn't pick up, the other keys or whatever. And I gave them to the end of the day or the end of the week or some shit like that. And so Teddy was like, Alejandro, you need to find somebody we can sell this to so we can get the guns and the weapons to your people and the supplies and stuff. So it's like the government is putting these drugs in the community so they can funnel drugs. So they can funnel guns and weapons and to Alejandro's country with the guerrillas or whatever, and the jungle to help out the USA do whatever secret mission they want to do. So it's fucked up what Teddy's going through when Alejandro. It's fucked up what Franklin's going through when Alejandro and his people, they can just sell the drugs or whatever and have no problems because the CIA is there and the CIA is putting the drugs in the community and it's all good. But we know this is actually something that really happened in real life. So anyways, we get Franklin. He goes to go see Claudia because Franklin, the last episode, he went to go get the keys from Javi or whatever. So now he has let, his best friends in, Kevin and Leon. So they go see, Claudia, and Kevin and Leon are acting up, talking about they want to have sex with her. They'll hit it from the back, and they're just being disrespectful. They're not as serious as, Franklin. Franklin's kind of trained, to be respectful, to be a gentleman, and know what business is about. And this is about money. So anyways, Claudia was like, I didn't know there was a big brother meeting, a big brother, big sister meeting I didn't know about. And so then, then Claudia says, take these clowns to the circus. Get these clowns out of here and take them to the circus. And then Leon was like, I'm about business. And she goes, look here, little nigga. I ain't got time for you. Only thing you can do here, only business you're about is polishing, getting a rag and polishing some of this furniture in here, motherfucker. And so, anyways, and so then, Franklin, he tells his boys to, back up, and he's embarrassed by them or whatever, because he know what kind of woman Claudia is, and this is like his customer, his A1 customer, his only customer. So anyways, Claudia only gets 2 keys from him, and she tells him about a cliche that you can't trust nobody and all this other stuff. And that's true, because you can't trust nobody in the drug business or whatever. And so then, so she was like, I'm only going to get 2 keys or whatever. And so then Claudia was like, you shouldn't. Franklin was asking Claudia, is there anybody around here that I can get this product off to or whatever? And she was like, yo, I ain't no drug dealer, and if you stick around here long enough, you're gonna catch on fire. You're gonna get hurt out here in these streets. You already seen what happened to you last time, so you're best to beware. And Claudia was like, I'm only taking 2 keys because I'm not a drug dealer. I buy this stuff for my clients, because she has high-end clients. You know how that goes. So anyways, it's just too funny. So anyways, all the kids, so then, Franklin, Leon, and Kevin, they're walking from Claudia's spot. Franklin is still not thinking ahead of time. He's not being aware of his surroundings. He's not being aware of what's going around him at all. He's just like clueless still after what happened to him, after him getting robbed and actually having Leon shoot somebody. They're not up on guard. I don't think they have a burner. unless Leon has the burner or whatever. So as they're walking, having a good time, the people that originally robbed Franklin and one of the boys that got raped are sitting across the street from his house, and it was like, oh, we got all three of these motherfuckers together. You know, we're gonna shoot them. And then the guy that's in the car that had got raped was like, yo, you sure you want to do this? I think that was JJ, because JJ ain't really about that street life. He was like, yo, these motherfuckers came in my house, beat me up. What do you mean am I sure about it? But I guess the dude that got raped, he ain't trying to tell his boy that he got raped or whatever, because why would he? But at least he still got it looks like he's still mad, he's upset, and he's out for revenge. At least, you know, he didn't go crazy another way. Eventually we're gonna see him go crazy. So anyways, the cop that saved Franklin's life, the last episode at the cookout when Franklin was getting choked out, which is the girl that he likes that lives on his street, that cop saved his life again and said, hey boys, if you don't get out of here, what you doing over here? You don't got no business over here. I don't know you motherfuckers because I live over here. And so the dudes, they bounce. And so Franklin is saved by the hair of his chinny chin chin, and he don't even know. So anyways, the boys get into the house. Franklin and his boys go into the house. They go into the basement. They throw the money around. They're happy. They was like, we rich, bitch. And we all know that they're not rich. But they're hood rich for now, for the moment. And then they getting ready to cut up the drugs. But see, Franklin don't even understand how much work it costs to cut up drugs. They don't have on masks. They don't have on gloves. So easily they can get addicted to these drugs by cutting it up and package it in a bag, because they don't really know that much. They're brand new to the game or whatever. So Franklin hears a knock at the door. He goes to check. It's the girl that he likes up the street. But as he leaves, he tells his friend to hide the drugs while he go answer the door. The girl comes through the window, and his two best friends get high off their own supply, which Franklin had already told them, number one rule, don't get high off your own supply. And that's another thing, that they're kids, they want to try these drugs, and they don't know what the ramification of trying these drugs, where it only takes one time and you could be hooked forever because you be chasing that one high. And so they don't get it, they don't understand. But Franklin, he gets it, and so many other words, he gets it, but he knows not to try the drugs. I think Franklin does get it, because when he went to the school out in the suburbs, a lot of the kids out there do drugs and their parents, and that's how he ended up meeting Javi, and he sees how they act for drugs, so he knows what their addicting behavior is. His two homies don't know that, because at this time and point, there's not crackheads in the hood yet until they break up the drugs, and we've realized that that's going to happen soon. So anyways, so then Franklin, he's upset with them. He's mad at his boys because they end up getting high off the drugs. So he's like, you know, you niggas need to bounce. Get out of here. Go sober up and we'll talk. And then Franklin is on the paper chase to find some money. Find somebody he can sell these drugs to. So anyways, Gustavo goes to the hospital to see one of his old boys or whatever, so he can have a meeting with Humble, and so he can get some of his products sold, so they can meet up with Alejandro and pay him some money, because they promised to keep re-ing up or whatever. So when when Gustavo and Lucia go to the hospital, it's not a warm welcoming for Gustavo boy. Is like, he was like, oh, he's a fucking puta. Like, if you really need him or whatever, when shit gets tough, he's gonna go run scaring. So we know that he's gonna go running scared. So we know that part of Gustavo's life is over, because he already killed two dudes and he saved Lucia's life. Or maybe he really cares about Lucia. That's what it is. And so the guy was like, fuck you. I don't want to do business with you. I'm rolling with a whole new G's or whatever. I remember when I used to live in East LA, the Chicanos, I think that's what, yeah. And I used to see all the guys that used to be dressed like the guys that, you know, came after Franklin or whatever. And yep. And I used to always eat hot tamales. I haven't tasted a good hot tamale since I left East LA. So anyways, so long story short, they finally get a meeting with Humble. They're going to meet up with Humble. Lucia's worried that Humble might rob them and kill them at the same time. And Gustavo feels the same way too. He says it's a 50-50. So anyways, there we go with that. And so Teddy goes to see his boss or whatever, trying to get the guns, hurry up and ship and get things moving forward, get things happening or whatever, trying to grease the fingers. And his boss is like, you know, do you need some help out there or Blazane the third. And so Teddy was like, nah, I just need you to do me a favor, blah blah blah. And so, you know, Teddy's gonna call his baby mother and try to meet up with her, and then he's gonna try to run his business from Washington instead of LA, and, you know, keep a distance between him and the ops or whatever. You know how that goes. So anyways, Franklin goes to see his Uncle Jerome, and his Uncle Jerome, he pays his Uncle Jerome, you know, the money for the gun that he took or he borrowed or whatever. And his uncle's making cookies. Everybody's going happy. And so, you know, Franklin wants to know why his uncle doesn't want anything involvement in the coke life or whatever. And Uncle Jerome is telling him like, hey, yo, it's a bad business. People get killed, people lose their lives, you know, and I saw somebody get shot, I saw this happen, I saw that happen, and it ain't no business. It ain't no business for nobody to be, man, because the Mexicans will really kill you, and they don't play no joke with them cartels. Then you got the cops chasing you. So his uncle's just trying to tell him, and then Auntie Lou jumps in the conversation. She was like, go tell him to go see Les or Ness, whatever his name is, which I know him as an actor. He played in a lot of famous black urban movies back in the day, especially on HBO. But I was gonna look up his name, but I ended up doing something else. So anyways, so his Uncle Jerome takes him to see Homeboy. And also Jerome says to him that, you know, you can't sell coke in the neighborhood because nobody can afford it. So that means you got to go to the white man's neighborhood where you stick out and where you're a target. And so basically Jerome's like, only way you're going to sell it is here. And Uncle Jerome's like, you ain't going to sell it in this house. So when Uncle Jerome is having that conversation with, you know, with Franklin, is basically saying, we're getting the setup for when crack began, because it was too expensive for, you know, the hood people in the hood to purchase cocaine unless she was with Claudia, unless she was, you know, upscale or whatever. But that's when they started rocking it, and then it became rock cocaine. So anyways, crack rock. So anyways, we're probably gonna get to that maybe next season if it's renewed, or maybe later on in some of the episodes. So anyways, he takes him to go see Ness or Liz or whatever. He goes see him, and then Liz tells him, like, trying to tell him about black history, how the FBI infiltrated the movement of the black people. And so, you know, Franklin jumps in and says, I know, because my father was a Panther. I knew he was a Panther, but I couldn't tell from the picture. But I knew he was involved in some type of organization, because he was too smooth and too easy the way he eased off or whatever. And it looked like a Panther picture, but I couldn't really tell. So his father used to be a Panther. So that's the reason why Franklin wanted to get his father back to where it used to be, because he used to stand for something. He used to mean something to the world, to the community. So anyways, and so basically Ness says the reason why I don't do drugs anymore, because, you know, they tried to kill my homeboy, and I end up getting shot in the balls. I only have one ball, I only have one nut, so now I don't want nothing to do with the drugs. The Mexican cartel is very dangerous. So they're telling Franklin all this information to stop, but Franklin ain't hearing it, just like Auntie Lou said, that once his mind has an idea, ain't no stopping him. Ain't no stopping us now. Anyways, at the end of the episode, that song "Smiling Faces," that's my shit. So, anyways, you know, Les, or the guy with the Jericho, the other guy was like, you know, messing with that white girl, messing that coke life. You do nothing but lose. It's nothing but a losing game. End up dead or in jail, basically. So, anyways, Lucia and Gustavo, they go meet up with Stumper, and everything's going fine, but Stumper was like, you know, I already get drugs, you know what I mean? I already get coke. He was like, but this is more pure, and you're getting burnt, and basically, and then, you know, Gustavo's boy had to say, yeah, he's good, that's why I got him here. So anyways, one of the sloppy guys come out there and try to be all up on Lucia, and Gustavo's getting mad. So they was like, hey, esto, mi homie, mi about to go and fight. And so, something like that. So they went out to go fight. Gustavo, of course, Gustavo was gonna beat his drug addict ass. Gustavo's a wrestler, and we can see when you fuck with Lucia, he gonna kill you. She's like his sister, his cousin, his mother, and the love of his life, and she's everything to him, because it seems like Gustavo only has Lucia, and Pedro somewhere MIA. And you know, Lucia says Pedro somewhere on a bender. So you know, Pedro ends up gonna get whacked, in my opinion. Or he's gonna end up trying to screw them over because he's gonna get jealous. So after, you know, Gustavo beat the shit out of this dude, guess what? Franklin goes home to his house. He begs his mother to use his car because when he met up with homeboy Lou or Ness, that his uncle Jerome introduced him to, Ness was like, Franklin was like, so what's the address of the gang that you used to deal with the drugs or whatever? And so, you know, Ness or Les was like, nah, I ain't gonna give it to you because Franklin ended up coming back. And so he gave him the address, but he had to pay one rack for that address. So Franklin gets there to the address. Gustavo and Stumpy make a deal or whatever. Franklin pulls up in his mom car because he just borrowed it. So the gang members see him pull up. They bust the window, and they gonna almost try to kill him. And Gustavo and Lucy is walking out the house, and Gustavo noticed the kid looks familiar because remember at the very first episode, you know, Franklin's a fan of Gustavo or whatever. And so Gustavo stopped the gang members from killing him and all this other stuff. And so Franklin's all messed up, but he was like, thank you. He was like, my name is Franklin Saint. Franklin Saint, if you need anything, hit me up. And so Gustavo was like, just get out of here, kid. Just get out of here, kid. But Stumper had to okay the gang members not to kill, you know, Franklin because Gustavo intervened, and right now they're doing business, and he's getting some cheap drug. He's getting some drugs, high quality material drugs for a cheaper price. So now we know since this happened, Franklin is probably going to hook up with Lucia and Gustavo. And, you know, Gustavo's a good guy. So anyways, then from there, you know, they call him Mayato, or I don't know what that word means. I don't know if it's a racist slang or whatever. So, but anyways, like I was telling you in other videos, they use a lot of racist slang for all different races in this show or whatever. So everything's all good. And so, you know, Alejandro, he doesn't want to, you know, be riding back and forth picking up, you know, Teddy's ass. He was like, I'll fly you, dude. We ain't broke. We got money. So we'll see what happens with. So now we see Gustavo and Lucia are going to end up hooking up with Franklin because now Franklin knows where Gustavo be at. He can find him at the gym. And then maybe they're probably going to do business together. And then Franklin will have somebody that really knows the drug business that will help him, because I don't see Gustavo shitting out Franklin, because Gustavo wouldn't kill the gay dude, and he wouldn't kill the dude that had a family, and he's not homophobic and he's not racist. So and he likes people. He likes young people. He likes kids and shit like that. So Franklin almost got killed twice in this episode by the dude that jacked his money and got raped. And then now the Chicanos was going to kill him. So I don't know what Franklin's going to do. And Jerome ain't trying to get into the business. But I think somehow Franklin's going to hook up with his father. But he's probably going to teach him something, I think. We didn't see Javi this episode. So anyway, peace. I'm out. Tell me what you think about the show. It was kind of a long episode. They don't get much off in these episodes. Peace. I'm out.